All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is the new moon in Sagittarius, or Sagittarius as we like to call it. I haven't done anything. Let me give the deck a shuffle. Randomly at the bottom is 10 swords. That's interesting. Tens are the end, dead end that lead to a new beginning, and that's what this new moon is about. This new moon is about new adventures, optimism returning. It's where a lot of the positivity that I picked up on when I wrote about December in my blog's monthly write-up. I said it was a very positive ending to the 2025 calendar year. It is. Optimism returns, new adventures, sights on new horizons. You feel like you can do it. It's a very liberating kind of energy in its own way. So I don't know. I'm giving the deck a shuffle here. We're going to do the pre-shuffle. See what we get. Let's just do, I was going to do a cut, but then I thought, you know what? I'll just do a pre-shuffle. I thought I had more to talk about with this moon, I'll be honest. It's just, it really is. It's very optimistic. It's very nice. This might be as close to a Rainbow Unicorn Tarot, Steve's Love Tarot reading as you're going to get. I'm going to tell you what. All right. Look at that. Look at that. The kid said liberating, and what's he get? He gets liberation right there. I talk, the universe listens sometimes. Sometimes. Nobody listens at home, so I'm glad the universe listens. Wow, this is quite a pre-shuffle. This is just the surface energy. Liberation, 9 Pentacles, crossed by the Hierophant. The World, the most powerful card I could pull, a whole new cycle. The Sun. Are you fucking shitting me right now? I'm glad I shuffled for this because I'd be like, oh, fuck this guy. You know, I'd be seriously, honestly, I get it. The happiest card I could pull, that's number 4. The 9 of Wands and the Hangman, the end of a wall, and we've got a Hangman here with a new perspective on your life. Optimism, she's very happy, she's very optimistic. This is beautiful. How far does this go? Where's the devil? Justice. Oh my God, just bear with me. The Fool, moving in new directions. What's this? The 8 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the High Priestess. Because of work you put in, opportunities that weren't available to you before are now available to you. Options you didn't have before. Well, that's liberating, isn't it? I'm not even going to go any further. I don't even want to. All right. We're off and running. Let's do it. Wow. That's just the surface energy. You know, that's the way a lot of the readings are going to come out, I'm sure, around this new moon. Although, good Lord. Oh my goodness, you know, Rainbow Unicorn Tarot is going to have a field day with this one, you know. Hippy Dippy Spacey Girl's going to be like, oh wow, it's dreamy, it's going to be great. You're going to be able to, you know, oh man, she's going to be on trip. She's going to be tripping. But at the end of the day here, I'm going to dig for it. That was just our surface read. It's Steve's Love Tarot. You know what's going to happen. I don't know, maybe it won't. First card out's before the cut, so why the fuck are we here? I'm not even, well, I was just about to say, I'm not even feeling an energy attached to you, but there is. And I was going to change, that's why I stopped myself. I said, nope, it's there. It's 6 of Cups, that's why we're here. Somebody's returning, somebody's showing up. No, something from your past gets taken care of. Can I put it that way? It could be with another person. It could be a situation. I don't know. Let's see what comes after the cut. You see where the deck split right there? All right, let's get it. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you get a chance to get something right this time. You get a chance to get something right this time. It makes you feel good. It frees you of something. You're getting freed of something. I don't know what it is. Something, someone, an old problem you had with someone, I don't know yet. But I do know, because this came back after the cut, this is a 9 of Pentacles time for you. It begins a 9 of Pentacles 6-month cycle, probably. Feels pretty strong. Sagittarius energy is pretty strong. It sticks with you. Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy the ride. I will tell you that. If it's it's a 9 of Pentacles energy. Enjoy the ride. It's liberating. She's independent. She got a falcon. Fish and Game Department thought she had her shit together enough to let her get a falcon. That's fucking unreal. Right? Because they don't think my shit's together enough to get a falcon. I'll tell you what. That's awesome. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at here. All right, we're going to pull ourselves a reading. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. All right, here we go. Come on now. Okay. Well, of course, it's a new moon. It's got to be new beginnings, right? Ace of Wands. But this is, what's underneath? I pick on this one sometimes. You know I do. I say it's like lighting a cigarette in the wind. It's lighting a match in the wind. Whatever, it blows out real quick. You got to light another one. Things popping off and then going away. Not this time. Good things are happening and you're grabbing them. Okay? But you've got also a new beginning with an Emperor. All right? So there's two energies attached here. You have an incoming energy, but this really applies to you in a big way. You got a new beginning. Comes out of fucking nowhere. Really, really nice. This is nice energy. The hand of God giving it to you with this Emperor. But also, when opportunities come, you handle them better. So maybe they stick longer. I talked about Sagittarius energy sticking with you. Maybe the new opportunities stick longer than they used to, right? You get a new TV show. It doesn't get canceled in the pilot. The pilot gets picked up and it turns into something fantastic. I don't know. It can be that kind of energy. It's kind of a lucky energy in a way, but you make your own luck by doing the right things, by taking control of the energy, all right? Or at least controlling your behavior within it. As far as you and an Emperor, well, I've got probably an Emperor-Empress connection here. Let me pull on it. Let's see where we go. Stop spinning. Right here is the energy around your connection with that one. Oh, this one also showed up with the Six of Cups, by the way, before the cut. Energy of your connection, your soul energy is here. Your soulmate energy is here. 3D energies around this person are here in real life. What's going on in their life? Right here is their soul. This is the hidden energy, message from the universe, read with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are. And we're going to extend this one. There'll be a couple of links at the top of the description. All right, let's go. What's your soul connection with this person? What's going on here? Or it could be a thing. It can always be a situation, a soul's true purpose. I think it's a person. I said person. You heard me say that, right? I didn't dream that. Okay. I said that, and this is what I pull. So it likely is. This is the Queen of Cups. It's the most love I can pull from the deck. I can't tell who's who here in this particular energy. In other words, you probably both love each other equally. I don't expect if we need a new beginning or somebody needs to return with a bundle of flowers like on that Six of Cups that it's been all that great. Okay? But there's a lot of love here. There's the potential for the most love I could pull from the deck. Because this is the feminine energy, I suspect that the DF, probably you, most of my viewers, gave to this, and you just stopped giving at some point because they weren't getting anything back. That is possible. That's classic tarot. There's no real amazing Kreskin happening there, but that's just the way the energy flows. All right? I pointed out because somebody will ask. So there you go. But it's pretty obvious. I mean, you're sitting here watching a tarot reading. If they were feeling you up on the couch, you'd probably be watching something else. So, I mean, I get you. Okay. There's a lot of love here. The energy of your connection is rooted. It's a connection that's rooted in real love. I suspect somebody abused that, but it's okay. We'll see. 3D energies around this person. What's going on in their life? IRL, as the kids like to say, I'm told. Strength. Proud. There's a lot of passion here. Yeah, I get that. But it's the pride aspect of strength, pride of lions, right? But it's somebody's moving forward proudly. I don't know what that means. I don't even know. I don't even see them coming towards you yet the Six of Cups would tell me that they are. I think somebody goes away from, well, no, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. Maybe. We'll see what happens. We got to keep going and then we'll clarify. Their soul is here. It bookends that guy. Their soul is here. It bookends the Queen of Cups. The Four of Wands, yeah. This is like a weird energy. I'm just going to say this isn't, don't take me literally. Just catch my drift, because this would be only for a couple of you, even if I was right. But if you can catch my drift here, it'll work for all of you on some level. But you got to really lateral think this. This is like somebody is marrying somebody else, and they decide and they figure out at the altar that they don't love that person. And it's like one of those rom-coms where they run out of the church and come toward you, kind of a thing. Your connection has a stronger pull than whatever it is they're married to in their life. Now, married is a vocabulary word. We tend to equate it with two people being married. But you can marry all kinds of things. We often marry ingredients in cooking, for example, those types of things. So the pull of your connection is stronger than whatever it is they're married to, which is why which explains the strength card. It's why somebody's needing to be strong in their life. They're letting pride drive. In other words, pride would be, and again, don't take me literally, your person may not be married, I get it. Pride here might be somebody who stays in a bad marriage because they've been taught that divorce is a weakness and, it's a negative thing. When in reality, the weakness and negative thing is staying in a toxic situation, right? I mean, that's where you're weak. And, I don't know. But somebody's having to stand tall. Somebody's putting up front here because the pull of your connection is stronger than whatever they're married to in their life, be it their job, a person, a state of being, whatever. Okay? All right. Message from the universe to you. Usually I would say it's red with the Queen of Cups. I don't think it is. I think this is just the fickle old gal wants to talk to you. That's what I think. All right? The fickle old gal, if you're new here, the fickle old gal is what I call the universe. It is a gal, and she is fickle. It changes all the time. It's very changeable. All right? Eight of Cups. Yeah. It's a message to... do I want to say that? Do I want to be inspirational, Steve? Okay, fine. It's a message to don't give up on this. You gave up on this. Past tense. You gave up on this person. Don't give up. It's like the universe almost begging you, don't give up. All right. I mean, I could be inspirational, Steve. Here, that's as much as I can muster on that. Why? Because when I slip a little of myself in there, I can dig it. I'm going to side with you, a little bit. But the energy says don't give up. All right. Okay. What's the final outcome then? I don't know. Let's take a look. Potential final outcome for you. Red with their strength card. Take a peek. Well, I was just about to say I took a peek. I know what's stronger. What do you think is stronger, the Queen of Cups or a lion? What do you think? I think it's the Queen of Cups because she orders this knight right here. It's the Knight of Cups. Here they come. They're not going to... my little analogy of them running out of the church... Do you take this person to be... they can't say I do. They cannot say I do. They run, but your connection is too strong. That's why the universe is saying don't give up on this. Somebody's going to come back and they're going to behave in a different thing here. All right? You saw the world in the pre-shuffle, right? The most powerful card I could pull. We have new energies. I've been saying all along, I don't equate it to a calendar year because calendars are just cardboards or pieces of paper that we hang on a wall, right? It's like a clock. It's something we hang on a wall. But I've been saying that 2026, the mustard rhino year, is its own animal, right? Every pun intended. It is. It's very different from years that have come before it. It has some similarities. It has a lot of similarities to 2020, right? All right. Let's hope that doesn't mean bird flu, but it does have some similarities in energy to 2020. But at the end of the day, it's its own animal. It's new things happening. That world card is representing the mustard rhino energy in this case, which is something brand new. Things happen differently than you expect. Drastically different. So, you're like, well, this person's... I suspect... that's why this card was so perfect. This queen literally orders this knight. So this person, almost as if under some kind of spell, they're not, but under some kind of spell, this person almost comes towards you like some knight of zombie cups, zombie Knight of Cups sort of a thing. All right? Its energy comes towards you regardless. You win. Your connection is stronger than whatever front they're putting up. Now, let's clarify. Randomly at the bottom of the witches is a hermit. This is a pretty powerful connection, I'm going to tell you right now. All right. Now, love that pause button. I took a moment just to gather myself. This is a lot of energy here. I want to get this right for you. My other readings still hold. All my readings tie together. You got to be careful. Surface reads here can be deceiving. That includes the pre-shuffle. That's why I said you're going to get a lot of that. Rainbow Unicorn Tarot is going to thrive in this energy. They're going to love it. They're going to have the best readings ever. But there's always more going on than just on the surface. On the surface, it actually looks like you're liberated from this person and they're never coming. That's sort of what the pre-shuffle kind of said in its own way. And I can understand why, because of the Strength card here. They're putting up a good front. They really are. But as we pull in and dig deeper, the pull of your connection is much stronger, right? The lure of your connection is a very strong appeal. What's going on with the Queen of Cups? Talk to me about it. Let's go. Talk to me about it. Let's see where we go. It's crossed by the Three of Swords. Yeah, there's some pain here. The environmental energy around your connection, which is rooted in the most love I can pull from the deck, is pain. And I tried to tell you that when I was reading that energy. I felt it. I didn't think it was this bad. I thought I might get a Five of Cups or something. But either way, whether I got the Five of Cups I thought I would get or the Three of Swords, either one of them are one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle, which we can see playing out here. Right? As this queen says, all right, go get them. Let them in. Okay. So this guy comes knocking. I'm telling you what, this is energy coming towards you. From somebody putting up a front. We got Three Swords here. What's on top? Why is the queen here? Five of Wands. Somebody didn't reciprocate this. Somebody had their own. Can I be more accurate and say you and this person probably have a different love language? Okay. Do I think this is a family member? No. It can be. It always can be. But you're asking me if I think it's a family member. I don't. It could be a friend that you have an Emperor-Empress connection with. It could be. Often, if you have an Emperor and Empress connection with a friend, it ends up being you do a business together. It's like a business partner. You know what I'm saying? It's something along those lines. An Emperor and Empress type connection with a friend. This is likely a runner. This is likely an ex or a runner or something along those lines. You have different love languages from this person. You clashed. Okay? One person saw all this love as a threat. I wonder who. Could it be the one with the... Yeah, okay, fine. All right, why is the Five of Wands here? The King of Cups. I'm just checking my energy read, right? That's all this card does is check the read, right? It's true. Somebody held back. Somebody didn't know what to do here. Somebody was afraid to be vulnerable. Somebody saw all the love of this as some kind of threat, so they whipped out their lion, right? Their protection lion, their helper lion. All right, why is the Strength card here in their life? What's going on? Why is somebody having to keep a stiff upper lip? I wonder. Now, I said it could be a friend, or it could be an ex, or it could be a runner, but it could also be an opportunity that didn't want you before, right? You weren't the right fit before, but now you're the right fit. Companies do that all the time. Companies have a type, just like relationships have a type. Like you might have a type. I like blondes with blue eyes. That kind of a thing. I don't know what your type is, but companies have a type too. They have a type of person. They have a work culture, and they only want to bring a certain type in. Well, that's fine, but that person may not be able to do the job, or the job might be evolving, because the world is evolving. Now you're the right fit, whereas you weren't before. It could be that too. And they're going to keep up a front. Companies don't like to admit they were wrong any more than people do, right? The corporations and all of that always blame the customer first. You call the cable company, did you unplug it? Okay, yeah, I already did all that. I'm not stupid. All right, I didn't just call you up. It's not working. I tried everything. Okay, they don't like to admit mistakes. They don't like to admit outages or anything. They won't. It's unreal. They won't do it until enough people call in about it, and then they'll have to. They run like narcissists. That's all. All right. Why is the Strength card here? They protect themselves. This person is in protection mode. If it's a situation, it's coming out of protection mode. It's an energy that now wants you. Okay? Why is the Strength card here? I always love the did you unplug it? Yeah, I did. Do it again, please. And I always make you do it again like you're some fucking idiot. I swear to God. It's a good thing I don't live near a cable company. The Ten of Cups is crossing that. It's fake happiness. It's phony. So what did I say? They're keeping a stiff upper lip. That's the environmental energy around their life. It's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? It's a bunch of bullshit. Look at the kids getting along. Fuck that. All right, here we go. What's on top? Ten of Wands. It's getting hot. We're coming to the end of them being able to sustain the bullshit. We're just backing up my energy read at this point. I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. It's getting hard. Ten of Wands. It's getting heavy. It's getting hard to keep this facade up, right? The kids are starting to smack each other, and people are seeing it. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, we're fighting in public, and people are hearing it, you know. Why is that here? The King of Pentacles. He's a benevolent king. He can be a proud king. Usually it's a good king. It's somebody who's trying to do the right thing. The reason that they try to keep this together is I see this sometimes in the Leo soap opera quite a bit, or it's not the same thing, but it's somebody who's trying to live up to someone else's expectations. And whenever we do that, we're doomed to fail. I will tell you what. Four of Wands, why is it here? It's getting hard to be that, you know. I'm doing it for mom, or I'm doing it for whoever. It's getting hard to do that. And I can tell you that this connection is heavy on their mind. They know they made a mistake. They weren't that far off the first time, you know. If it was a job, you almost got it the first time. They argued about you, you know. Somebody said, no. Steve's viewer is not a good fit. We got to go with, well, okay. And that person didn't work out, did they? No. All right, here we go. Four of Wands. Why is it here? All right. It's crossed by the Knight of Swords. Something's happened that's... It's a soul energy, so it's probably a feeling, rather than somebody said something to them. It's possible somebody said something to them and it touched their soul. It's possible. You know, we get that sometimes. They get us with that type of energy, those frequencies of energy, like with the kids on TV that are starving and they want us to send money and they show us the cute little kids and you feel bad not calling in and sending money if you don't. That's this frequency of energy. It's something that touches the soul a little bit. You know, I don't think that's what happened. I think this person I think they had a dream. I think they had, well, I don't want to call it a wet dream, but in a way they did. In a way, somebody had a dream, and in that dream they were with you. They were living a life with you, not the life they're living here, and they liked it. It changed everything. They woke up completely changed. That's the way I feel it. It could be the other thing too. It could be somebody said something to him. Somebody said, dude, you know, I mean, everybody knows you're not happy. You know, that would be something that would really get the soul riled up. What's on top? See that? Right there. Yeah. The soul is pushing this. You know, yeah. No. What's ruling their soul is you, is the love of your connection. This Queen of Cups, that's what's ruling it. Yep, it's there. You're living rent-free in this person's soul. I don't care. I hope they are married. I hope they are, because it makes for a better reading. It makes for a better story. They don't have to be, or in another relationship. Because it makes for a better read, because they just, you know, they're not even, it doesn't even matter anymore. Why is the Knight of Cups here? The Star, yeah. It almost feels like sometimes we have every 9 or 10, is it 9 or 10 years? Every 10 years, every decade or so, I'm going to say 9 or 10 years, we have something in astrology that's called a square, a node square, basically. It's where the energy of your chart squares with your node, squares 90 degrees with your nodes, basically. A node of destiny. I'm not saying this person had that, but it does feel like it. Usually when that happens, big life changes happen. We go through, big changes. Circles of friends and relationships, and we start thinking differently. We start with very hangman energy. We start seeing the world in a different perspective. Again, I'm not your astrologer, and this isn't your horoscope, but it is something that does happen. That square with the node, if you will. It feels like that. I don't think that happened for them, but it might have for a few. But it does feel like that. There's something very profound happened to this person. I think it's a lot more than what somebody said to them. I think they dreamt it, right? I think they dreamt it. And in that dream, they might have gotten a message. Nine of Pentacles, the very card we started with in the Rider Waite up on YouTube in the pre-shuffle. It's right there. It shows up in their soul, driving the whole thing. Somebody needing to liberate themselves from what they're married to. This card alone, bookending the Four of Wands, backs up my earlier energy read where I said they're no longer happy with whatever it is they're married to in their life. Whatever it is. I don't care if it's a dog, a job, a person. Don't care. They had some kind of profound moment here, which has wakey wakey. All right. They want to be free. They can't keep up the facade anymore. Well, it is a new moon that's about new beginnings, new adventures. It provides an optimism. This is a nice card to have here. Because this tells me that the optimism is there. The positive energy is there. Positive forward movement is there for this person to take action. And we can see that with the yellow on these two cards too, which is passionate forward movement, generally speaking. All right, let's talk over here. Let's talk, message to you. Inspirational Steve, don't give up. I know you gave up before, but wait. Right? Okay, fine. It's come up before. I could sum that up with the lyrics to that old band White Lions, Wait. Their song Wait, right? He opens the song with wait, I never had a chance to love you. I only want to say I love you one more time. Right? And then Vito Bratta does his double stop riffing, which blew everybody's mind at the time because a lot of people weren't doing that. Anyway, he likes those thirds. He loves them. All right, here we go. Eight of Cups. Let's see where we're at. All right, let's talk to the universe. You got a chance to get it right this time. The environmental energy is Three Pentacles. It is exactly wait. Wait, I never had a chance to love you. I only want to say I love you one more time. Somebody wants a partnership here. What's on top? The Fool. Wait. Why is that here? The Knight of Swords. Wait. Hold on. He's trying to catch up to you. He's going super fast. Hold on. Right? This was the card that was crossing over here. Somebody wants to take whatever they dreamt or whatever touched their soul and bring it into reality. Bring it into the 3D. That's what it says. Again, there is no other message I can give you other than the first line of White Lion's Wait. Right there. That's almost exactly what's playing out. Take it or leave it. But it really is. I asked the universe in my head. I asked the energy, am I right? Am I right? I get the only yes card, the only true, in my opinion, yes card in the deck. There are other ones you can use as yes, but that is the sun and the moon are the proper yes and no as far as I'm concerned. There you go. Spot on. Hold on, the sun's coming out. Look, even in the bookend, it's beautiful graphics. You're walking away, it's kind of gloomy. Wait, the sun's coming. Right? It's a bit of that. Look, I'm sorry to be inspirational. I apologize. I do. What went where? That went there. Let's pull on your final outcome. Here comes the Knight of Cups. Now, you might say, well, Steve, it's just going to be communication. I don't need to keep watching. Well, you don't need to keep watching. You can do whatever you want. But it's Steve's Love Tarot, not Rainbow Unicorn Tarot. I'm telling you right now, there's a fucking catch here. There always is. This is way too good. It's way too good. All right. It's a good reading. I mean, it flows nicely. It's easy to read. New moon readings usually are. They're actually usually pretty flowy. And so are the full moon readings. But there's a lot of pitfalls. This is the mustard rhino energy that this new moon is existing in and taking us through. It's its own animal. Things can turn on a dime in the mustard rhino energy, right? The problem with rhinos, and I wrote about this in the Mustard Rhino 2026 write-up, is they don't see real good. So at the end of the day, let's see where we go here. A Knight of Cups. It's very important in the mustard rhino energy, though. I will tell you this. It's about the mustard going away, right? Seeing what's underneath, what you've been eating. Mustard covers up low-quality meat, low-quality food, right? So you can pretty much eat any slop and it's fine. The illusion is being wiped away for a little bit. It's almost like for a little bit the energetic storm that's over us, which was last year, comes around every 80 or 90 years. I've been talking about it. It was last year during World War II. It's not what's happening, but it's almost like the mustard rhino energy is acting like magic to remove that for a moment. So you could see behind the curtain, if you will. It's extremely important in this energy, whether it's out in the world, in your life, with the people around you, even about yourself. Okay? When someone or something shows you what it is, you believe it. It's important that you believe it. You know, when we take the mustard off and you see it's a low quality piece of shit, you don't keep eating it when the mustard goes back on. You've learned now that maybe that's probably pretty bad to eat. It applies especially in the soulmate cycle with relationships and things like that, but it applies out in the world as well. There's two outcomes here. So, hey, take my advice. It's the mustard rhino energy. I name it for a reason. My friends wait all year for my upcoming year titles. According to one of my friends, I got quite an accuracy rate. I don't really care. I just say what I feel. That's it. Accuracy or not, it's all subjective. But this energy is already revealing itself. Two of Swords. There's two outcomes here, like I said. Two Swords. I don't know what that means. What's on top? See, I told you there'd be a catch. Here's the devil right there. Look at that. Look at that. And why is that here? I need them both. The Hangman. Okay. I am going to pull a bridge, but I'm not going to pull it yet. This devil is red with the Ten of Wands. It's why the Knight of Cups is here. Okay? Your relationship, your connection is weighing heavy. There is a third energy here. I feel like there is. Three. There's a third energy. I knew it. That's why I waited. There's a third energy here. Let's say, for example, please just catch my drift. Okay? Don't take me literally. But if it is literal, if your person's married or in a relationship, this could be it. But it could be, if it's a job situation, it could be the other people at the office. There's always some fucker, right? There is. I've worked at plenty of companies. I know there's always some fucker sabotaging things behind. Oh, I don't like them. You know, they're planting seeds of doubt. Somebody here is planting seeds of doubt. Somebody here is trying to tell this person, hypothetically, I should say, if they're married, for example, somebody would be saying, no, our marriage isn't fake. Our marriage isn't bad. It's this person over here that's trying to convince you of that. It's someone calling you the devil when you're not. See what I'm saying? You got a third energy that's basically fake newsing you, essentially, is what they're doing, which, again, has played out in history many times. Well, we saw it's always played out through propaganda and things like that. There's some kind of propaganda that they're making you the bad guy. So some third energy is making you the bad guy, whether it's a job, a situation with a person, or whatever it is. All right? It could be a third energy inside you. It could be a hang-up you have, an old pain that's still there. Something is demonizing you, okay, which is affecting somebody's perspective. Now, there are two outcomes here. On one side, they show up. On the other side, they don't. It depends. And there's no way for me to predict it with thousands of people watching. I'm being honest with you. For some of you, this person shows up. For others of you, the third energy wins. It depends how influential this third energy is. There is a third energy at play. Either a friend is in their ear, a spouse is in their ear, other co-workers are in their ear, a family member is in their ear. I don't know. But somebody's trying to demonize you as saying, no, our connection is we're all set. We're good. All this stress you're feeling, all this, you're no longer happy with whatever you're married to in your life is because of this person. It's because of this soul connection. Somebody's trying to demonize you. They're trying to fake news you. That's essentially what they're doing. Somebody's trying to make you the bad guy. So it goes either way. For some of you, you'll get communication. For others of you, the third energy will win, and this person won't show up at all. But I think either way, you find out about what's happening in this person's life. Let's pull 3 cards and a crossing card from the bottom and see what else the universe wants to tell you. There's your answer. Only you know how it resonates. You know what kind of energies are around your person, right? If you can't think of who might be doing that, it could just be something inside the person. People will stick. Sometimes pressure's on, cracks are starting to show, somebody's sick of their life, but they keep it anyway. People are notorious for not changing direction. There is a lot of pride in play here. And it hurts somebody. People see it as bad. They see divorce as a loss, as a defeat. They see, so they'll stay in a bad marriage. People do it all the time. It keeps therapists in business, People, it doesn't matter if it's propaganda coming from outside the person or inside the person. It works. History has shown us many times that planting seeds of doubt works. Plain and simple. See where we go. You could take over a relationship or a country with it. It doesn't matter. It works. All right, here we go. King of Cups. Death card. 4 cups. And the death card's crossed by the moon. Wow, these are big cards here. These are red center, left, right. This is more a piece of information for you. I mean, it's always for you, but I'm saying it's like intel, okay? What this person doesn't know, okay, this person attached to you, is whatever their situation is on their side, it's ending anyway. It's already over. So if they fall for the third party in their ears, demonizing you, and they don't come towards you, it doesn't matter. Their situation ends anyway. It ends in misery. It ends badly. It's going away. It's dissipating. The illusions are getting lesser and lesser and lesser and harder and harder and harder to keep up, okay, with each passing moment. That being said, whether you win or lose here, it looks like you win anyway. Eventually, they just show up. It's more a case of me being corrected by the universe in the sense of it's not that one of you they show up and for some of you they don't. It's for some of you they show up. Right? They don't fall for the propaganda, the demonizing you, and they show up. Or, for others of you, they don't show up yet. Either way, this is falling apart. This is a sinking ship that they're living on right now. Okay? So it's a piece of intel for you. It is what it is. What they don't know, right? That's what the moon's saying. What they don't know is... All right, there you go. That's your reading. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. I'm going to give you another piece of advice for the mustard rhino energy. Because not everybody goes to the extended. So let me help you out here. Don't let anybody get in your ear in this energy. What you do should be your decision and your decision only. All right? If you can remain as neutral as possible in your relationships throughout the mustard rhino energy, which stretches from, it started around Halloween, around the 11/11 portal. And it does bleed into 2027, right up through around May or so of 2027, okay? If you can be as neutral as possible in that, you can change a lot of things in your life for the better. You could see what things are, looking at it from a hot dog perspective, you could see which ones are quality and which ones aren't. You taste the actual hot dog when you don't have the mustard on it. So you get a chance for a little while to taste the actual hot dog. When you taste it, believe it. Some of the things, some friends in your life, some situations are going to go to the wayside. It's just going to happen. And some will stick. It's an energy where we get to learn who's on our side and who isn't. It's at the end of the day here, your person here, this person's going through a very similar situation. They're just not here to hear the advice, that's all. All right? That's why it's a split ending. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right, good luck.